The Yorkshire Terrier, or Yorkie as it's more commonly known, is an amazing dog breed, and we are happy to be able to provide 10 facts about this breed. The breed is very small and typically weighs no more than 7 pounds. Popular as a pet, the breed also helped pave the way for the development of several other dog breeds. The adorable Yorkshire Terrier is one of the smallest breeds today, but they have a huge character. This is exactly what makes them such great pets. These tiny dogs are more entertaining to be around, and people mostly focus on their small size. Still, there is a lot more to this dog than their adorable and handsome looks. Today, Yorkies are one of the most popular house pets, but they had different beginnings. We absolutely love these small dogs, and we decided to dig a little deeper to find out what makes these dogs so famous and adored. Here are 10 Yorkshire Terrier fun facts you probably didn't know. Now, let's learn 10 facts about the captivating Yorkie. Yorkshire Terriers are born exterminators. Today, Yorkshire Terriers are popular companion dogs, but when originally bred in mid-1800s, they were well regarded for being effective ratters. Today, the breed has been bred slightly smaller and is seldom used for killing vermin, but Yorkies still retain plenty of the feistiness that made them great exterminators. These little dogs were bred from a collection of terriers, including the Waterside Terrier, in order to hunt rats. Miners, weavers, and other business owners in Scotland used the tiny exterminators to keep their workspaces rodent-free. Because of their compact size, Yorkshires could squeeze into tiny spaces. Their fierce personalities helped them fearlessly take on their rodent prey. Like other terriers, the dogs were also used during hunts to flush out prey out of its den. Change of name? The Yorkshire Terrier has undergone a name change from its original name of broken-haired Scottish Terriers, which had been its name for nearly a decade. The name had originated from its original home of Scotland, but the name change was proposed by a reporter, Angus Sutherland, who had the suggestion that the name change was necessary. He believed that although the breed originated in Scotland, it wasn't perfected until coming to Yorkshire, England. They ought no longer be called Scotch Terriers, but Yorkshire Terriers, for having been so improved there, Sutherland reported in the Field magazine. People seemed to agree because in 1870s, the name was officially changed. Although Yorkies were first registered with the British Kennel Club in 1874, it wasn't until 1885 that they were recognized by the American Kennel Club. The smallest dog in history was a Yorkie. Although Chihuahuas hold the title of the smallest dog breed in the world, it was actually a Yorkie that holds the title of the smallest dog ever. A Yorkie from the 1940s was barely bigger than a human fist. This Yorkie was 2.8 inches tall at the shoulder and was 3.75 inches long, making her the smallest dog on record. Sylvia, a Yorkshire Terrier, died in 1945 at only 2 years old. At the time, she was 2.5 inches tall at the shoulder and 3.5 from tip to tail, and weighed only 4 ounces, making her the smallest dog in recorded history. Other Yorkies have held the Guinness World Record for the smallest living dog. This included Big Boss, who at 4.7 inches held the world record from 1995 to 2000. Prior to that, another Yorkie, Thumbelina, had held the record at 5.5 inches tall and 8 inches long. By comparison, Yorkshire Terriers are typically about 3 to 7 pounds, although a healthy Yorkie could weigh even slightly more than that. They are also generally about 6 to 9 inches tall. The smallest dog alive today is a 4-inch Chihuahua named Miracle Millie, but Millie is still bigger than Sylvia, a Yorkshire Terrier who, for 70 years, has remained the smallest dog in recorded history. War heroes? When American soldier Bill Wynn found a Yorkshire Terrier in a foxhole during World War II, he named her Smokey and took her in. The two traveled through New Guinea, and Smokey soon began to help with the war effort. Thanks to her small size and obedience, she was able to run through pipes and string communication wires under a former Japanese airstrip. Without her help, soldiers would have had to dig trenches and expose themselves to enemy fire. Smokey also toured hospitals throughout the Pacific and the United States, working as a therapy dog for wounded soldiers. After wartime, she and Wynn went to Hollywood, where she performed on various TV shows. You can visit a monument dedicated to her memory where she passed away in Cleveland, Ohio. U.S. Army Corporal William Wynn later wrote a book about Smokey called Yorkie Doodle Dandy. There are 6 U.S.-based memorials honoring Smokey, including one in the AKC's Museum of the Dog, and one international memorial in Australia. They give Rapunzel a run for her money. Yorkies are known for their long, flowing, silky coats, which swish around the show ring. But this beautiful feature is also incredibly time-consuming to care for. Because the coat is similar to human hair, it tangles into knots if the owner doesn't brush it every day. It can also break easily when brushing against carpets in the home. The bonus is that Yorkies don't have an undercoat, so their coat doesn't shed any more than your hair does. Many breeders recommend that owners keep their pet Yorkies in a puppy cut, which is short and easily to maintain. Since Yorkies do not shed, this means they depend on their owners to keep their hair in check. Left unattended, their hair will keep growing, just like a human's would. In fact, Yorkshire Terrier hair can grow to be 2 feet long. When the fur becomes matted, it will turn into a matted mess that hurts them, and has to be cut out unless a groomer can painstakingly pull the knots apart. This takes time and care. Daily brushing and keeping them clipped short is often the best strategy. While show dogs tend to have longer hair, most casual owners keep their dog's hair short to keep them from tripping or getting food stuck in it. One Yorkie was used to start a new breed entirely. The Buer family, Gertrude and Werner, were famous German Yorkshire Terrier breeders who bred some of the world's finest Yorkies. In 1984, a little Yorkie named Schneeflocken von Friedheck was born with unusual markings in blue, white, and gold. The breeders Werner and Gertrude Buer decided to take this unique puppy and create a new breed. With careful and selective breeding, they established a distinct standard for the breed, which would become known as the Buer Terrier. The Buers started carefully breeding this new version of a Yorkie and carefully established a breeding line. Because of their different looks and adorable characters, the new terriers became extremely popular, especially in the US. Pretty soon, there was a massive demand for these small dogs, named in honor of their creators. In 2014, the American Kennel Club provisionally accepted the new Yorkie as a registered breed. And in 2021, these dogs were fully accepted and registered. One coat color? The Yorkshire Terrier has one approved coat color. Unlike many other breeds, a Yorkie has a brown coat and a blue saddle. Variations are called party colors. Party color dogs are white with black, blue, and tan. It's recessive and rare. Yorkie puppies are black and tan when born and stay that way until they begin to become an adult. At that point, the black gives way to a faded silvery blue color that is very unique. Their fur grows long and silky as well. Most people take their Yorkie to be groomed and trimmed every 6 to 8 weeks. The Yorkie has genes unique to the breed which cause this color change. The transition generally starts at about 6 months old and will usually be complete by the time the dog is about 1 or 2, although it may take up to 3 years. Unusual colored dogs have health risks. Yorkshire Terrier coat color may take about 3 years to develop. Some say puppies shouldn't compete because their genuine coat color could prohibit them from becoming legally recognized. You can count on them to have your back. Yorkies are small dogs weighing an average of 7 pounds, but it seems like no one told them that. The dogs have no problem taking on animals considerably bigger than them. Yorkies are fearless little guys that can get themselves into a world of harm if you don't keep an eye on them in the yard. They'll take on big dogs, snakes, and anything they see as a threat to their territory. They have no idea they are so small, so do be sure to supervise your Yorkie. They are small enough for an owl or bird of prey to fly off with. They need your protection to protect them from themselves. Judging by their bravery and boldness, Yorkies have no clue how small they are, or else they have the confidence not to let their diminutive size hold them back. Loyal to the bone, Yorkies have been known to protect their owners from any threat. In 2014, a 6-pound Yorkie in New Jersey even chased off a hungry bear that wandered into the dog's home. Yorkies' great sense of hearing helps them detect visitors long before people reach the door, allowing them to alert their owners of potential intruders. Unfortunately, what the dog views as an intruder or unwelcome visitor could really be a friend or other welcome guest. Because of this, a Yorkie's barking can get excessive. To prevent the dog's barking from bothering your neighbors and to avoid getting annoyed with your dog yourself, if you have a Yorkshire Terrier, it should be trained when not to bark. Celebrity owners. Many famous people have had Yorkshire Terriers. For example, Tricia Nixon Cox, daughter of the 42nd President of the United States. Richard Nixon was one of them. Her dog Pasha was a White House resident while Richard Nixon was in office. Not only did Patricia Nixon Cox have a Yorkshire Terrier, but so did Ivanka Trump, the eldest daughter of the former President of the United States, Donald Trump. Even more elite people have had Yorkshire Terriers as pets, likely contributing to the breed's continued popularity among A-listers. Audrey Hepburn helped to introduce Yorkshire Terriers to the celebrity world when Mr. Famous, her first Yorkie, joined her in the spotlight. Her dog was on magazine covers and even in a scene in Funny Face with her. By bringing Mr. Famous into the spotlight, Hepburn really made Yorkies a popular four-legged companion, as well as a popular photography companion. Hepburn was the first to share a bit of spotlight with her dog, Mr. Famous, and the list only starts there. Celebrities all over the US are madly in love with these tiny dogs. Some of the names include Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen, Natalie Portman, Liev Schreiber, Miranda Kerr, Molly Sims, Allison Hannigan, and Naomi Watts. Yorkie meetups. It shouldn't surprise you that Yorkie owners are crazy about their dogs. They want to show the world their appreciation, so they started different groups and clubs dedicated to these adorable dogs. One of the biggest Yorkie gatherings is organized in New York. The Big Apple has a considerable number of these dogs, and their owners wanted to introduce their dogs to other Yorkies. They gather and discuss the breed, and several of them are breeders that found breeding partners that would help them improve and create healthy and happy puppies. Yorkies are adaptable, and their non-shedding and hypoallergenic properties make them ideal dogs to keep in apartments. As one of the AKC's top 10 breeds year after year, Yorkshire Terriers are popular toy dogs, offering a big personality in a tiny package. These are amazing little dogs that bring joy into your hearts. Don't let that tiny size or big attitude deter you. These dogs make great pets for singles, couples, and even families who have older children who respect the needs of small dogs. As with other small dogs, Yorkies are easy to transport, eat less food, require smaller beds and toys, and adapt to small homes. So there you have it, 10 facts about cute tiny furballs, Yorkies. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. Don't forget to subscribe to see our next video about the animals we love best.